I know now, looking around the world, that there are very few people in the same situation that we are in here in Spain, i.e., we're still in exactly the same situation we were on March the 13th. And it's starting to take its toll on quite a lot of people now, you can tell. The weather here has been atrocious. We had a heat wave, it got blasted with geoengineering, and since then we've had, well, the sky's pea soup. It's been raining, 50, 60 mile an hour gusts of winds, temperatures dropped from mid 30s down to about 16, 17. So not good for planting or cropping or anything at the moment. All those lucky people with LED lights, eh? Anyway, there's phrases that we're finding ourselves uttering as adults which we shouldn't be saying. And those phrases are things like when we're released and when we're allowed to go out. Now, I never thought, I checked myself today, I never thought that as a free human being without a criminal record or any type of interaction, negative interaction with the forces, that I'd have to utter those words, especially when we're aware that this is a scam. So I'm going to have to keep checking myself. And I see videos of people going out, walking on the beach, and going out to parks and stuff like that. You can exercise here for an hour a day at a certain time slot within a kilometre of your house on your own. To give you an idea, because we're still in what they call phase zero, so total lockdown still. But these phrases that are becoming normalised even in my home, and I'm getting sick of myself saying it. So I thought that's worth pointing out, because if you do have a bit of freedom and you're able to go out and about, enjoy it, really enjoy it, because we haven't got a clue when we're going to be released from this. We know they're doing the tourist areas, Andalusia, Costa del Sol, Granada, etc., the worst. And it's having such a detrimental effect on business and economy here that I know people are really struggling now. Also, people's payments that were supposed to come by April have now been delayed till June. So this could be 3 months with no income for about 4 million people. And that's going to start causing societal problems. So it's awful from that perspective, because when they say it's the typical, unfortunately, and I'm not being stereotypical, that word mañana might not apply in other regions of Spain, in Madrid, in Barcelona, places like that. But here in Andalusia, mañana could mean next year. Actually could mean next year. It's just loose. Everything's just so relaxed. But the problem with everything being so relaxed is there's no middle ground. You go from relaxed to incredibly stressed. These people can very quickly, because, as my neighbour said to me the other day, I haven't seen my friends, haven't kissed my friends on the cheek, haven't had a beer, and that's what their life is about. We enjoy our social lives, all of us do in some ways. Depends if you have a social life, really. We don't choose to socialise with people our own age around much. We do go out to the odd bar at the weekend, and obviously we talk to people, but we don't choose to stick in groups. But the Andalusians, especially rural Andalusians, really are group-based people. Groups of 20, 25 is just not uncommon. 4 or 5 hours at a table, sitting, drinking, eating, talking about their week. It's how we used to do it in England in the 70s and 80s, I guess. In the pub garden on a Sunday, with all the kids sitting on the steps, supping their Coke and lemonade and pack of crisps, while the dads drink beer and the women gossip. And that's how our society used to be. So it's killing them here, really, and the poverty as well. And we're still realising that Spain is being heavily targeted because of its culture, by this New World Order, who don't want individualism, who don't want individualism of nationalism, who don't want groups of individual nationalists collecting as a as a group. And that might sound odd in itself, that you could have individual nationalists collecting as a group. Well, it's because they all have something in common, which is their love of socialising. So this is really affecting many, many Spaniards in Andalusia and across the rest of Spain, obviously. So I don't want to drone on, but can't keep saying these things like when we're allowed out, when we're released, because we even know that we won't be able to cross the county line when it goes into phase one. So we won't be able to jump across the border into Granada area, which is 4 or 5 kilometres away, the borderline, not Granada itself. You could be heavily fined, and if you're caught in the Granada province and your address is in Andalusia or Malaga province, then you're going to get into trouble and you're going to get fined. So, yep, remind me if you hear me saying when we're allowed out or when we're released. Bloody chastise me and tell me you're a free human being. You don't need to be told when to go out. I could go out now. That's the point, you see. But I choose not to because I have no reason to go out. But when I want to go out, you can't go out. It's not even like England or America. Any places we don't have any small bars, cafes, anything open. It is exactly the same as it was on March 13th. Friday the 13th, naturally. Cheers, everyone.